Every time after spending time with the child of her first love, the female CEO would habitually bring gifts home to apologize to her biological son. However, this time when she got home, she didn't receive a welcome from her son. The female CEO felt rather strange. She then searched the entire room but couldn't find any trace of her husband and son. So, being clueless, she immediately called her husband, only to find that no one answered. At this moment, her husband and son had already boarded a plane bound for a foreign country. The reason the man made such a choice was ultimately due to his wife. The two had been married for 7 years. It was not until their 7th anniversary that the husband accidentally discovered that he seemed to be a substitute for his wife's first love. It was when he saw the intimate photos of his wife and her first love that the husband finally understood. 7 years ago, after being deserted by her first love, the heartbroken wife drank a great deal of alcohol. She mistook her husband for her first love, and they had a relationship. Eventually, they had a child. But after the child was born, the wife refused to let the son call her mom. At this moment, the man finally realized that there was no real love between them. That night, the son told his father cheerfully that his mom had given him a model plane. It was the first gift his mom had given him in all these years, so he was particularly happy. But the little boy didn't know that it was all because his mom's first love had come back. Thus, in order to break off completely with his wife, the man decided to take his son and leave for a foreign land. The man asked his son if he was willing to leave. The son said he hadn't had the chance to call aunt, referring to his mom in an open and above-board manner. The man said that the aunt didn't like them being at home. The son said he'd give her 3 chances. If the aunt really didn't like them, they would leave forever. Thinking about the intimate photos of his wife and her first love on her phone, although seething with anger, the husband decided to give his wife 3 chances for the sake of their son. But soon the woman squandered one chance. She not only brought her first love to the company but even let her take the man's position and made the man run errands for her. Before long, the first love started to create trouble. After simply drinking the coffee the man handed her, she started acting as if she was on the verge of death in front of the woman. She falsely accused the man of putting milk in her coffee, when she was allergic to it. Without bothering to find out the truth, the wife grabbed an electric stun baton and demanded that the husband kneel down and apologize to her first love in front of all the company colleagues. Eventually, she electrocuted the man to the ground. Then, without caring about the man's condition, she rushed to the hospital with her first love. Unexpectedly, at the company entrance, they saw their son coming back from school. Even though the female CEO saw her son in tears, she still chose to leave. Not long after, the man went to the Human Resources Department to submit his resignation. When the supervisor asked him about it, the man had to make an excuse, saying that the child's mother was abroad, so he had no choice but to resign and go abroad to reunite the family. The supervisor patted the man on the shoulder and comforted him, saying that a person as outstanding as him would surely shine wherever he went. The man smoothly completed the resignation procedures while the woman at this time was completely oblivious. She was only focused on accompanying the child of her first love and forgot that she had promised her son to attend the parents' meeting. Since his wife didn't show up for a long time, the man took his son to school himself. He happened to see that his wife was already sitting in the classroom. He thought his wife had a change of heart and came to the parents' meeting for their son. However, reality dealt him a harsh blow. The son said, "Aunt, you're in the wrong seat." The woman said, "I'm not in the wrong seat. I'm not here for your parents' meeting today." The well-behaved son said he and his dad had something to do, then turned around and went back to their seats with his dad. Back at the seat, the son asked if mom and dad didn't love them anymore. At this time, the teacher announced that Lele would be the class monitor. On the way home, the mom was waiting for them with a lollipop. The female CEO asked her son to give the class monitor position to the child of her first love. The man angrily rebuked the woman. The woman said, "Yang Yang only has his dad. He's so pitiful. What's wrong with giving it to him?" The sensible son, not wanting to see them quarrel, agreed to his mom to give the position to the child of his mom's first love. Then the woman received a call from her first love and hurriedly took a taxi and left. The son was heartbroken as he watched his mom's retreating figure. The next day, the man placed the divorce agreement on the table. Then he took his son to the airport. Before leaving, he sent a message to the woman and then turned off his phone.